Hey, I'm Ben, founder of A2A Net, a site to find and share AI agents and an open source community for the A2A protocol. So today I'm going to demo the A2A UI, an open source UI to communicate with agents over the internet. But before I do that, if you're interested in agents and you haven't already, you should definitely check the A2A protocol out. So the A2A protocol is HTTP for agents. So before HTTP, to use the internet, you had to open your terminal, you had to know an exact web address and download a file essentially. HTTP came out, web browsers came out, and suddenly it was easy to access web pages and everything else. So at the moment, it's difficult for people to access agents. They need to know the exact sort of agent address. They also need to know what framework the agent was built in, and it's almost impossible for agents to discover and access other agents. So we've seen MCP for tools. A2A is for agent communication. Super exciting. If you're interested in this, please feel free to join the community. We have a subreddit and a Discord. Okay, so let's get to the demo. This is the open source repo. This is available on GitHub. So this UI is built in React, Next.js, and MUI. Really, really easy to get set up. So essentially just open the terminal. You will have to do some installing if you're getting it for the first time, but not much. And that's the server setup. This is just an idea of the one of the components, the chat page. And then from that, this is what the UI looks like, but we need an agent to talk to. So right now we have the UI but no agent. So let's go to this Tavily agent here. This is also open source and available on GitHub. So what we have here is an agent, super basic. There are some instructions here. This is just created with LangGraph using create React agent, and there are really only a sort of handful, small prompts there. This agent executor wraps the agent and makes it A2A compatible. So right now it's semi-complicated. There's a high barrier to entry, but soon I'll be creating interfaces that plug into every framework and releasing them. So to start this agent, we can just type that in, and then that should start on that port there. Then we can go back here, we can add an agent, put in its address. Great, and then we can say, who played in Wimbledon today, to use the web search feature. And it's probably going to think it's a previous date, so there might be an issue, but let's just see. Okay, no, brilliant. Okay, so here we have the tool search. So this is the query and this is the result, just like in any other UI. And then down here we have the artifact, which is essentially the result of the query. So this is a simple query, but essentially the artifact is a part of the A2A protocol. It just means that you don't have to pass all of this other stuff back. So if it was long query, many different tool calls and everything else, then you essentially just pass what's relevant back to the sort of person. I can then reuse this for other agents, or it just simplifies everything. Okay, so that's a local agent. Now let me show you with a remote agent. So if we open this up, this is a web address of an agent which is hosted on Google Cloud, and I'm soon going to release a tutorial about how to host one for free. And so then this is the agent card. We can go back into the UI and add this agent. This will connect to the agent across the internet, and then we can just say, hey, this is now sending a request to somewhere in Europe. There we go. So yeah, thank you for watching. And if you're interested, please join the subreddit and Discord. Thanks.